to prepare our mind for what we want to do in this seminar. We are going to talk about your own brand, not that of Solomon. We've just used Solomon to back up what we want to say today. But beloved, I know that when you talk of a brand, the mind of people will go to products and say corporate bodies' products are branded. Is that not so? We only think of products from outside, products of corporations, products of companies. But the issue about branding does not really stand with products. The first thing I want us to know this morning is that God Himself is the author of branding. Branding did not begin with corporations. Branding did not begin with logos of companies or organizations. From the word go in the Bible, God started to brand His own people. Can I share with you some of the people branded that God gave a brand to? Number one was Abraham. Do you know the brand of Abraham? God gave him the brand of the father of nations. That was the brand that God gave to Abraham. For David, God branded him. When you mention David, what comes to people's mind is man after God's heart. God branded him. So we human beings too, we can have brands. For Daniel, the brand name for Daniel is the man with an excellent spirit. So branding did not start with corporations. Branding really started with God. God called Abraham father of nations. David, man after God's heart. Daniel, the man with the excellent spirit. Brethren, God has always branded His own children. And He branded them to set them apart. He branded them to set them apart. But there is nowhere in the Bible where a man was so branded like the passage, like Solomon, as we read in the songs of Solomon. See all the branding that have been used to describe Solomon. They said Solomon was an ointment poured forth. Solomon was branded. I don't know what you have in mind when you are coming for this seminar. But please, I want you to know one fact, child of God. Whether you know it or not, you and I, we carry a brand. Whether you believe it or not, you carry a brand. Because your life is speaking. Let me tell you, whether you know it or not, your name is traveling with you. And I asked you a question the other time. You are in the church now. If somewhere else they mention your name, what will come to their mind about you? That is your brand. One of the things that signify the brand of people is people's character. Brethren, your character smells, whether it's good or bad. So your character is a brand. Your own character is a brand. I should also mention that your ministry is a brand. If we call anybody out now, whether you call yourself man of God or not, you represent something in the heart of people about Christ. So your life is a brand. Your life is a brand. Can we do an exercise now? And I want you to think about it. You don't need to give me the answer, but write it on your paper. When people hear your name, what do they remember? When people hear your name, what do they remember? Do you have an answer? What comes to their mind? Will they say, Onijogbonye? Will they say, Onisuru yen? Will they say, Omolorun yen? Your name is a brand. Assuming that I'm not the one standing before you now, you are the one standing here. When people sit under your ministry, what fragrance do they perceive from you? You stand before the people as I'm standing before you. What type of fragrance do they get from you? Do they have a feeling that or do they say that that person is so ignorant? Or does your life speak about success? When people see you, do they see a successful man or a successful woman? That is your brand. Or let me come to the church. When they see you now, do they see a holy vessel? Or they see you coming. The first thing that comes to their mind when they see you coming is that talkative is coming again. That is your brand. So, beloved, let us think about our own lives. Please, ask yourself, what is your brand before God? What is also your brand before men? What type of brands do you carry before God and before men? Praise the Lord. When I started this presentation this morning, one word that I've been talking about is brand. And you may be wondering, what do I mean by that word brand? So I want to look at what is a brand. What is a brand? A brand is not a slogan that people attach to your name. No. That is not what a brand is. Please, can all of us read the second statement on the slide now? What does this say? At its core, that is what a brand is. The emotional and mental picture that people carry about you. I know that quite often we don't think about it. But Please, can you spend some time to just ask yourself, what is the mental picture that people carry about me when I'm not there? What is their mental picture? For some people, the mental picture that people carry about them is, that is a wicked man. For such people, their brand is what? Wickedness. For some people, when their names are mentioned, the mental picture that people carry about them is, that is a mischievous man. Do you agree at what I'm saying? We are talking about some people, but you yourself, what is the mental picture? Young man, young lady, would they say, that is a serious girl? That mental picture that people carry about you is your brand. But I also want us to read the last statement in that slide. Can we read it? If you understand this last statement, then you understand what we are discussing. Your own brand is what you represent. How you make people to feel about you, and what they remember when your name comes up. So, brethren, whether you know it or not, you are a brand. You represent something. The way you've been living your life, there's a way you've been making people to feel about you. That's your brand. Can I tell you something? People react to you, either to favor you or to be against you, based on your brand. In the commercial world, you talk of people promoting a brand. It may be a soap. It may be something. And what they are doing is they are trying to make people to like it. But you are a brand. Acceptance, even favor that they extend to you,